Thanksgiving is my absolute favorite holiday, and it was really hard to narrow down my favorite Thanksgiving books, but I did it, so here they are, my 5 favorite children's Thanksgiving books. First up, we have Thank You, Sarah, the Woman Who Saved Thanksgiving. And this is the story of Sarah Hale, a woman who lived in the 1800s and petitioned and campaigned for Thanksgiving to become a national holiday.
Zachary Taylor, he said no, and Pierce said no, and then James Buchanan, but then Lincoln said yes.
What do you like about this story?
Her secret weapon, a pen.
Her secret weapon is a pen. I had never heard Sarah Hale's story before, but when I read it in this book, I found it so compelling and empowering and inspiring. This woman single-handedly did amazing things for the women's movement in America and for Thanksgiving as a holiday, but as soon as I finished it, I had to find a biography about her and just read more. And I may or may not have sat Jeremy down that night, the very first night I read this book, and read him the picture book. Next up, we have Thanks for Thanksgiving. This is a simple, short book that just talks about things that we are thankful for. The illustrations are gorgeous, and for the age of my children, I just always have found it a little bit magical. It's definitely up there in my favorite books for children. The next up is called Balloons Over Broadway, the true story of the puppeteer of Macy's Parade. This is the story of Tony Sarge, who is the man who invented and came up with the idea of the balloons in the Macy's Day Parade. And I don't know about you guys, but the Macy's Day Parade is definitely one of my family's Thanksgiving traditions. And one of my lifelong dreams is to go to that parade.
This is the parade part.
This is the parade part?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, what do you like about it?
I'll show you. This part.
This part, what do you like?
That man.
So I loved hearing the story about how that parade came to be and how the puppets and the balloons came to be and kind of the different problems that they had with them. Just a really fun biography. Next up are 2 silly ones that my kids just laugh and giggle about. The first one is called One is a Feast for Mouse. And it's about this little mouse that, scurries up on the table after Thanksgiving dinner, and he finds all these little crumbs. And at first he's content with like one little pea, but then he wants like a little olive and a thing of mashed potatoes and some gravy and a pumpkin pie, and it's a leaning tower above his head that comes crashing down, and eventually he runs back into his hole and barely escapes capture by the cat. He ends up with just one little pea again, and he just says, one is enough for a mouse. And anyway, so there's like a little subliminal theme there about not trying to be too greedy and ask for too much. The next silly Thanksgiving book that my kids enjoy is I Know an Old Woman Who Swallowed a Pie. She swallowed it whole, the entire roll. She swallowed the roll to go with the cider that rumbled and mumbled and grumbled inside her. She swallowed the cider to moisten the pie, the Thanksgiving pie, which was really too dry. Perhaps she'll die. All right, Lisa, what did you like about this book?
I like it because whenever she comes, she eats a whole thing.
What happened?
She swallowed a pan.
She swallowed a whole pan?
Uh-huh.
Anyway, it's just a silly book about all these things that this woman eats, but you can actually kind of resonate with it because on Thanksgiving we eat so much. Anyway, there are loads of amazing Thanksgiving books out there, but I highly recommend these ones. They're definitely worth your time, and I hope you guys have a happy Thanksgiving. Happy reading.